Hello and welcome back to Coding with Carl. This will be episode 28, I believe, of the Zero to Android show, the show where we struggle and struggle and struggle with Java development and Android development in order to build an application that we can eventually have in the App Store and, make some money off of, maybe. Who knows? So, if you are new to the stream, I have a YouTube channel. All of the previous episodes of the show are here on the Zero to Android playlist on the Coding with Carl channel. I am back. I've been off stream for about 10 minutes, and the last episode, which I will make sure gets named with "Skip This" on YouTube, I spent a whole hour trying to debug something, and I have an apology to make to the Android developers because I gave them a slow clap. And I gave them a slow clap because I assumed that they had written something odd, when in fact the problem, as is usually the case, was entirely my fault. So Android developers, I'm sorry. Yeah, is what it is. So figured it out, as always, when I was off stream, and I didn't really want to leave the I didn't want to leave it until tomorrow to fix it, so I'm going to do it now, and hopefully once I fixed it we can get on to actually making a menu. That'd be nice, and make some progress. So the problem was that we used to have a function that would scroll us to a position in our slot list, right? And it works when there's nothing in the slot list, with one tiny thing wrong, and that is actually that's not a problem. Yeah, okay, that's good. We're not starting the stream on another bug. Okay, so the problem is now that we can add things such as say if I go to a good let's set this up properly. If I go to 8 o'clock here and I create a new task, let's say code hard, and I do this for an hour and 30 minutes, press accept, no goal, then what has happened is the number of slots or the number of entries in this recycler view has decreased. It's decreased because this slot here fills 3 slots. Right, so we've decreased the total number of slots in this list by 2. And the code that we use to figure out where to scroll to in this recycler view assumes that there are always 48 slots, right? But there aren't anymore, so that's why it doesn't work, I hope. Yeah, so it's almost as if we were telling it to scroll to a position that didn't exist. So what we need to do is, instead of doing it based on the assumption that there are 48 in there, we need to actually look over each of them. In fact, let's have a look at the code before we decide what we're going to do. Okay, so let's go to planner fragment, and then we have scroll to position, scroll to timestamp, and scroll to position. Now these two are the ones we want to be looking at. So position from timestamp, this is where the bug is. What this says is, give us a position based on the assumption that there are 48 slots, and that assumption is here in the ×2. Because it's this whole method of doing this now is wrong. What we need to do, I think, is position from timestamp. We need to go through each of the entries and test whether or not the timestamp given falls within that slot. That's the way we should be doing it, right? So if we do you know what? I think this is the first time I have iterated over an array list. I think. Let's have a look. What are we dealing with? We have a recycler view, day start, text title. We should have an array list in here as well. Well, this is in the fragment, isn't it? Yeah, so I don't even know whether position from TS can be done in here anymore. Because it happens within... It happens within the... Let's get rid of the things that we're not using here. The planar rec adapter. Alright, so we're doing all the work in here, and this has its private array list, slot list. Is there any real harm in making this public? Or maybe the scroll to timestamp. Yeah. The scroll to timestamp method should actually be in the recycler adapter, I think, because it's something that operates on the recycler adapter, right? So there's no reason for it not to be in here. So we have some classes in there. This is the constructor. That's what builds it. We have fill the gap. We have format timestamp. We should probably have it, let's say, after here. I think would be a good place to put it. So where are we? Planner activity. No, we don't need either of these. This is the one we want. And this method here. Yeah. And I think this one too. I'm going to take out of here, put them into the adapter. Do I want to do that? No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so I want to take one of them. Because I think the... I can't undo that change. Android Studio crashed on me. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I guess it was the Vim plugin that failed there, right? So I'm going to take this one, position from TS, because that one operates on the data that's in Planner Rec Adapter. Scroll to TS I'm going to leave here because that actually works on the recycler view. So I'm going to put in here position from TS, and I'm going to make this public. Okay, and all this crap here is useless to us. What we need to do is we have an integer which is the return position equals 0, and then we need to do something along the lines of this dot slot list dot next. No, how do we iterate over an array list in Java? Iterate over an array list in Java. Yeah, just do it with a for loop. That's fine by me. It's fine by me. So we'll do for loop. For int I equals 0, while I is less than the this dot slot list dot count size. There we go. Plus I, and what next? We do. We'll have a slot list, slot item, current item equals this dot slot list dot get index I if current item dot timestamp. So what's the range? The range, there's going to be an end time, right? So we're going to have int current item, current item end time equals, that's going to be the current item dot timestamp plus the slot size. So if the slot size is 2, then it's going to be 86,400. No, it's not. It's going to be 3,600. That's 1 hour plus, and that's going to be current item dot slot size times 3,600, right? So if it's 1, it's going to add. No, it's 1,800. 30 minutes. That's right, isn't it? So we got the timestamp, and then the end time. If it's only 1, it's going to be 1 times 30 minutes, 2 times 30 minutes. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So if it's going to be TS is more than or equal to the current item.timestamp, and TS is less than the current end time, then return pos will be I, and then we break out of the loop. Hopefully that will fix it. And people may be screaming at me in the chat now saying you're just compounding the problem because you've done this wrong, or I don't know. So that's going to be this dot circle. Yeah, okay, and then we'll do. We need the adapter. Do you know what? I don't think we even need to do this. It's 1 line of code. Yeah, let's get rid of this function. Okay, so now down here, we're going to do something like this. What we're going to do, instead of this here, we're going to pass. What we're going to pass is adapter. Where is the adapter? There, we need to actually store that. So planner rec adapter equals this. Adapter, and then here it's going to be adapter dot position from TS, and the timestamp is going to be time now. And then this one is going to be intent TS. Yeah. Okay. Fingers crossed. Are you live? Yes, I am live. Hi. Okay, I'm going to run it and see what happens. Oh. Yes. Although it is wrong. No, it's not wrong, is it? Because, look, we set this up so that it would fall on a boundary. And now we're scrolling to the correct position because the boundary, we should be coding hard at this point, which we are, we're coding hard. So that's great. That's 7 AM. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Success. Success. I love it. I love it when we fix a bug, especially a tricky one like that. So once again, Android developers, I am sorry. I shouldn't have blamed you for my stupid mistake. And everybody who was on the last stream, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I wasted an hour of your time because I forgot that that whole bit of code was based on an assumption. But there we go. Maybe the last episode will be useful to people who don't know how to use the Android Studio debugger. I don't know. I'm hoping that this one's going to be a lot more fruitful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check everything into version control here, just in case I need to roll back to this position at some point. So I'm going to do like midway through episode 28, fixed the bug that, fixed the assumption that scroll to position was making that there were 48 slots in a day. Now that we've enabled, now that we've done the big slot size thingy, that'll be enough for me to remember, I think. Code analysis, no errors and 14 warnings. Well, Android Studio, you are not my mom, and I'm aware of those warnings, and a lot of them are crap, so commit. What's about this app? This app is a focus tool. It's a tool that allows you to track your progress towards goals. It allows you to commit time slots during your day to those goals, and it reminds you when you should be doing something. Yeah, that's about it. At the minute, all it does is allow you to pick a slot during a day, add a task to it, such as brush teeth, choose a duration for that. I'm going to brush my teeth for 1 hour, because I'm hardcore like that, and then the goal will be like hardcore hygiene, right? And when I create that, jumps me back to that. That's a success, I like that. Yeah, so eventually it'll be like we'll be able to track how many hours we've put into hardcore hygiene, and also it'll remind me, look, you've committed to doing this. Are you about to start it? And you can press yes, I'm about to start it, and then maybe it'll track the number of minutes from when you started to when you finish it. Okay, great. So what did I want to do a whole episode ago when I started it, before we had this bug and before I spent an hour trying to fix it? I wanted to build a menu. In short, I wanted to build a menu because what we want to do next is we want to start having more control over our tasks. We want to be able to do things like creating new ones, creating new goals without, well, do we? I don't know. I think what we do want to do is we want to start working towards having a set of tasks that repeat at certain intervals, or such as like morning routine. When you get up, you brush your teeth, you have a shower, you make a coffee. That might take an hour, right? I want that to appear at like 8 AM every day, right? I don't want to have to plan my day for tomorrow and have to do that every single day. I just want it to be there. So that's where we want to be next. But I think in order to do that, we need to have a menu so that we can actually browse through our tasks and then click on one and say, look, I want this to happen at such and such a day every day. Yeah. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to try and build a menu. So let's do it. Defining a menu in XML. So this is the documentation I found, menus. It looks as though we need to create a menu in an XML resource, right? But we don't currently have a menu directory. So I'm wondering if I can just create that and then create a new XML file in here. XML. I guess it's a values XML file. It's going to be called main menu. Right. Yes, I do want to add it to version control. Can I get this to remind me later? Okay, maybe not. Yeah. So let's just copy this and see what happens. So we've got this. We do open menu. It's not there. That's not great. Okay, it's in the wrong place for a start. I wanted it to go into menu, there. Let's delete it. Should we delete it? Should we try and move it? Refactor, move. I want it to be in. Yeah, I don't want it to be in there. Android Studio create menu XML. Menu resource. Menu resource defines blah blah blah. Res menu file name. Okay. Easy enough, right? So now can I do it, please? Menu? No? Yes. It's allowed us to do it, right? So XML NS Android autocomplete is failing me hard right now. That's expecting me to do a lot. HTTP res Android, that one. Okay. What's the matter? APK res Android. Namespace declaration is never used. I don't understand. Item. That's better. More concise. So, item. Android ID. The main one is going to be the root activity of this, which is the planner activity. Android ID equals. Why is the autocomplete so crap here? ID at plus ID. What should we call it? Planner? Item? Maybe? What else have we got? Android icon. I don't want it to have an icon. Android title. That one. At string. And then we'll call this one menu item planner. And we'll open our strings file as well. And do I do that this way? Strings.xml? No. Guess we just open it the old-fashioned way. So menu items are going to go down here. Menu item planner. What other menu items are we going to have? We're going to have menu item tasks. And we're going to have menu item goals. And I think we're going to have menu item settings as well. All right. That gives us something to work with. Ah, hello. Okay, menu item planner. That's wrong. It's going to be menu item planner. That one. And then take back what I said about the autocomplete. It seems to be working nicely now. It's got its head around what I'm trying to do. Title, show as icon if room. Not sure what that means. Okay, 2YYP. This one is going to be the tasks item, and this one will be menu item tasks. All right, 2YYP tasks. Where are you? And then I want to. That's interesting. It's not doing the Vimy thing. Can I do GN? No. Goals. Whoa. Goals item. Menu item goals. 2YY. And the last one was settings, wasn't it? So settings goals settings. Okay, so now we have a menu. Ta-da! How do we make that? How do we tell it where to be? These are the most important attributes you should use, but there are many more available. For example, about the supported attributes. See the menu resource document. You can add a submenu to any item in the menu except a submenu by adding a menu element as a child of an item. Okay, I don't want a submenu, so that's okay. To use the menu in your activity, you need to inflate the menu resource. Convert the XML into programmable object using the menu inflator.inflate. In the following sections, you'll see how to inflate a menu for each type of the menu. So we don't want an options menu. I don't want it there. I want it to be one of these slidey out things. Right? The options menu. This is where items on the screen depends on the version for which you've developed your application. If you develop your application in 10 or lower, the contents of your menu appear at the bottom of the screen when the user presses the menu button, as shown in figure 1. Okay, okay. So if you developed for Android 3 or higher, which we are, items from the menu are available in the app bar by default. The system places all items in the action overflow, which the user can reveal with swiping. To enable quick access to important actions, you can promote a few items to appear in the app bar by adding show as action if room to the corresponding elements. If room? For more information about the action, items, or other app bar behaviors, see adding the app bar training class. You can declare items for the options menu. So let's go for this. We'll do it in our planner activity. And we'll create an override here. Override method and on create options menu. That one. So that calls the super. Now I'm told that we should do that all the time, but I guess not. Okay, menu inflator. Inflator equals get menu inflator. Inflator.inflate r.menu dot main menu and then return true. Time to run. How do you switch the cursor mode? I do it I'm using a plugin called Idea Vim, which adds Vim bindings to Android Studio. So I'm changing the cursor mode from like navigate to insert by mashing J and K together, but I've had to remap that because by default it's escape. So you can set a config file that allows you to remap things, and yeah, that's what I've done. And we've got a bug. We've got something wrong here. What's going on? Run tasks. Execution failed. Internal calls. M is not a valid file-based resource name character. I think it's because I've named it stupidly. Let's refactor, rename. I think that is the proper way of doing it, and that might also be a problem for duration options, but I'm not sure. It might just be because it's something to do with the way we're inflating the layouts, but yeah, we need to go and oh, it's changed it for me, look, so let's try that. Okay, so we have a menu. It's not where I want it to be though. I wanted it to be over here on the left. Is that a setting then on the menu? Adding the app bar. We've already got the app bar, right? If you developed items for the menu are available in the app bar. By default, the system places all items in the action overflow, which you can reveal with the overflow icon on the right hand side of the bar. To enable quick access to important actions, you can promote if you are to appear in the app bar. Oh, okay. For more information about adding actions, right, I don't want it to appear there. I want it to be, I don't want contextual menu either. What I want is a floating menu groups. I know I've seen a YouTube video of how to do this. Android. Swipe out menu. Navigation drawer. That's what I want right there. That looks hot. A navigation drawer is a UI panel that shows your app's main navigation menu. It's hidden when not in use, but appears when the user swipes from the left edge of the screen. This page shows you how to implement a navigation drawer using the drawer layout. APIs available in the support library. So this is what I want. So you need to add the following dependents to your build.gradle. Dependencies right here. Do not place your application C dependent. They belong in the individual module. Is it this one? Yeah. Dependencies here. So we need app compat. Do we have that one? App compat v7 27 1.1. Design 27. So v7 27 1.1. This support library should not use a different version 27 than the compile SDK version. Can I do that? And then this number just keeps getting higher and higher. So this should be like 27 as well then. No. 2, 7. Does that still build? Do we still have the technology? Really, screwing around with dependencies is like hell for me. It's taking a time. No errors. Installing APKs. The suspense mounts. Things seem to be okay. Apart from the fact that it jumped us to the wrong place, which I thought we'd just fixed. Not really happy about that. Okay, now it's remembered the position. Oh, that bug is back. Why? Why are you back? 21:30, we should be here now. Okay, I'm gonna ignore it for now. Bugs. Still have a bug with today not jumping us to the right slot. That is unfortunate. Is it because, okay, hang on. I know what it is. I is from 0 and the position is not 0 indexed. Okay, so that should be I plus 1. Shoot me. Doesn't work. Okay, what have we got? We've got nothing in here because this is just me. Verbose. And then search for recycler view. Scroll. Nothing in there. What have we got? Text view, emulation, memory control started, live stream, load of classes, tracking, initialization, unknown param. Something's still not right there. Disappointing. Very disappointing. Okay. We'll come back to it. What were we doing? We were in our Gradle thing, right? And we were adding support for Design 27. So we have got that now. So add a draw to your layout. Declare your layout with the draw layout as the root menu view. Inside the draw layout, add a layout from the main content UI, your primary layout when the drawer is hidden, and another view that contains the contents of the navigation drawer. For example, the following layout uses a draw layout with 2 child views and a frame layout to contain the main content, which should, for example, be populated by a fragment at runtime, and a navigation view for the contents of the navigation drawer. Okay. Frame layout, navigation view. Declare the menu items. We've done that. No, we haven't. Oh, we have. We have a view. You can make a group of items single selectable by add a header to your nav drawer. Optionally, you can add a header to your nav drawer. The following is an example of a header layout that provides a title. Handle navigation click events. Not interested. Add the nav drawer button to the outbar. At this point, you already have a working navigation drawer. The drawer layout provides built-in support for users to open and close the navigation drawer. Add the toolbar to your layout. What we got? This is navigation drawer should appear in front of the app bar, not below it. To make that happen, you need to use toolbar as your app bar. So this is incredibly complex, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So in order to do this, I've got to put a lot of code in all my activities if I want it to appear in all my activities. So this is kind of sucky in comparison to what I expected it to be. So I'm going to make it a to-do, because it's less important than some of the other stuff that we need, such as these two. So we're going to have a swipe out menu, see this. Okay, we will do it, but I'm not sure whether that is like core functionality. I think we've got a menu in there right now, and that might be enough. I'm going to leave this stuff in my Gradle file just because I don't think it's hurting anything. So where were we? Planner activity. I want to go back now to menus here and handling click events. When the user selects an item from the options menu, including action items in the app bar, when the system calls your activities on option, okay, so that's fine. Let's do another override then, and that's going to be options items selected, that one, menu item, and that gives us a menu item. Let's set a breakpoint here and figure out what happens when we do that. Okay, so we click here, planner. Here we are, item planner. Item's just a string. Is that good enough? It's giving us, yeah, it's just giving us the string. Okay, I guess that's okay. Get item ID. Oh, okay. Right, yeah. Okay, that's fine. So we can do something like switch item.getID case r.id.planner item, menu item planner, item planner. Where's the ID? Planner item. Break. That's just going to do nothing, that one, because we're already there, right? This .id dot task item. Goals item. And settings item. Okay, so that kind of gives us something. No default, is there? We need a default. Default break. Unreachable statement. Yeah, of course, because we are doing this. We should do it there, really. Yeah, okay. So that will be the default one. I'm not having much luck with this tonight. There we go. Okay, what's the problem now? Missing return statement. Right there. Okay, they're doing a return. Okay, that's fine. What should I do? What should I do? We're going to add some to-dos. To-do, start the task activity in a different mode. That's something that's going to be new to us. That's going to be goals. And then this one doesn't even exist yet. To-do, create an activity for this. And I think the only setting that we need to make configurable right now is what is the time we scroll to. At the minute we've got it set to 7 AM and it's hard-coded, but I think we can make that configurable. Quite happy with that. Let's stop the debugger and let's figure out once and for all what the hell is going on with our set item position. Because it was working and now it's not. Right, so we're back to this midnight thing, and the only thing that's changed is it's now an hour later. Right, so let's jump in and see if we can get this sorted once and for all. We're in the record actor, we need timestamp. It's position from timestamp, isn't it? Here, right? Breakpoint. I do not want to go to bed with this not fixed. Okay, so we're passing the timestamp. Hopefully this is the now timestamp. Let's check it just to make sure. Copy value, epoch, 9:44. That's correct. Let's step in. So I'm going to start looping now through the slot list. Right, so I0 now. So we get the first one. That gives us current item. We can look at current item. That's 0, 0. So we're going to have to do quite a lot of stepping forward here, I think. Unless I set another breakpoint like here. Yeah, let's do that. So we will keep going through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do you know what? Is that breakpoint in the wrong place? Should I just do this? So it doesn't find it. And that's the problem. Okay, let's try again, and we'll do it the slow way. Maybe I screwed up this calculation here. Let's get rid of this breakpoint and put one here. Save, run. So let's jump forward a few iterations. 5, 6, 7. It's going to be fairly far on, I think. So when we get to 22, I think the slot that we are looking for is going to be, so if this is, it's going to be 9:30, right? Which is going to be 21.5 divided by 2, 21.5 times 21.5. It's going to be around 20. 40, it's going to be over 40, isn't it? 20 o'clock. And that's 3. So this is, the target is 40. Because yeah, it should be 40. So let's see what happens when we get to iteration 39. We'll start stepping through. All right. So here we are on 39. The timestamp is this 67400. The current item has a timestamp of 67400. Oh, sorry, the timestamp we're looking for is this one, 75611. So it's the next iteration, right? Because this has a slot size of 0. Ah. Yeah. Empty items have a slot size of 0. If current item dot slot size equals 0, then the current end time is not this. It is just plus 1800. All right, 30 times 60. Yep. In fact, let's do away with that. That's in the wrong place. If slot size is more than 0, then the current end time is that. Right. Why have we got some seriously messed up indentation? That's better. Fingers crossed. That will work. Hurrah! I think that worked. Or did it just take us back to the position we were at? Yes, it did. So let's close the app, reopen it. Please, yes. Success. Okay, so remove this breakpoint, and just check that we actually fire this break. Resume. Yes, we do. Yeah. Okay, it's a bit strange that it's kind of cutting off the top there, but it's better than nothing, right? Happy with that. Okay. Good. I never like ending the stream on a bug, so that's good. If you have any questions, guys, please leave them in the chat and I'll get through them. Otherwise, I am going to get rid of that bug from our to-do list. Next time we're going to start thinking about this pre-fill task. So we're probably going to create a new activity in the next episode that's activated when we click tasks here. And within that, we're going to be able to create new tasks that appear on every day at certain times. Yeah. Okay, version control. Let's stop the debugger. Check everything into version control. So now, end of episode 28. Fix the assumption that, yeah. Fixed yet another bug in position from TS and added a menu to the planner activity in anticipation of the what are we doing? The repeating tasks job. Done. Commit. Yes, commit. Commit. I might start doing that on the command line just so that it doesn't nag me. Great. So I'm going to shut that down. If you are just catching this stream late, guys, or you quite fancy watching some of the previous episodes of the show, I have a YouTube channel. All the episodes are in the 0 to Android playlist, and I try to get them online as quickly as possible after I finish streaming. Yeah, that's it. Also, I have this this poll going on right now, where I'm started a competition where designers can compete to create the logo for this this application, the icon, whatnot. If you fancy joining in, giving me your opinion on which one you think is the best, the link is in the description if you're watching on YouTube, and it's in the channel feed if you're watching on Twitch. Also, thanks for following me, everyone. I am now 3 followers away from 50 followers. I'm 5 viewers away from 1,000 views. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. It's been a wild ride. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream there. Have a good night. Have fun coding. Don't be intimidated by Java. All that stuff. And I'll see you tomorrow at 5:30 UK time PM. Bye.